Well, patient index is the first row of text on Roche's official website when I was on Google. So it was so striking for me to read that. And after 125 years of history, Roche has grown into one of the world's largest biotech companies, as well as leading provider of in vitro diagnostics and a global supplier of transformative innovative solutions across major disease areas. So, firstly, Roche's governance principle focus on substantive value creation and provide a culture that recognizes a good corporation governance standard and the transparent communication policy. So at Roche, focus on funding new drugs and diagnostics and building database base insights to develop medical practice and help patients live longer and better. So their ambition lies not only in transformative healthcare, but also in their contribute to environmental protection, supply chain sustainability, social community, and the philanthropy. So secondly, Roche's business group mainly covers four fields: drugs, medical, diagnostics, and the chemicals and the fragrance. So Roche is also an innovator in major disease field, including the ophthalmology and ophthalmology. It all cooperates with many forward-looking and such as Genitech, which is a founder of the biopersonal So these organizations has one thing in common. So believe that cutting edge science and technology can find will improve human health. So Rush scientists has won the Nobel Prize three times in terms of human resource and talent training. So, along with great achievements in medical field, Roche's products line is also very rich. So, especially for oncology, at the time, the acquisition of the Genitech, the whole industry was not optimistic about the field of the biotechnology. So many people questioned whether Roche managed and acquisition was positive. But later, Roche provided his choice with his efforts, and three major antibodies brought huge benefits to Roche. So, for example, among the monoclonal antibody products, the most representative in hepatitis, which is used treatment the positive breast cancer and treatment as well as the positive gastric cancer. So the well-known good reputation is always used the field of rheumatism. So finally, Roche's relationship in China can be placed back to more than half a century ago, as well as in 1920s. And Roche has set up an office in Shanghai. Open Roche's first chapter in China. Roche and in China has more than 90 years, so Roche's group has always filled up long-term community in China and continuously investment in Chinese market. So bring first-class differential drugs and medical solution to Chinese parents, and its community became the Chinese leading partner in global biotech innovation. And Roche witnessed China's market a remarkable development over the decades, and was the first enterprise to establish a complete pharmacy value and industry chain in China. So Dr. Serving, CEO of Roche's Group, so said today as world's largest biotech technique company as and leading in intro diagnostic. So we will continue to increase our investment in China. At the same time, we will also look forward to work with Chinese government and medical and health institution and local partners to help healthy Chinese ambitious goals of 2030 and create a better future of Chinese people.
Okay, hello everyone, this is Siyi from Group 5 Aerospace. Today I'm going to talk about the service profile that appears in Roche. As we all know, Roche is a multinational medical insurance company from Switzerland, whose main activities are pharmaceuticals and diagnostics. Roche's goals are really clear. Roche is committed to medical innovation for all humanity through scientific rigor and impeccable ethics. And Roche is passionate about improving patients' lives and building a better tomorrow. In my opinion, Roche's goals are really selfless. They focus on the problematic disease that plague people and our communities to solving the scientific challenges in medicine to provide better patient care. One of the phrases that came up a lot when I was browsing their website was because it's not just a job, it's a big one. I think this tagline is a good illustration of what Roche is trying to achieve and help people get better. I think after understanding Roche's mission statement, it is easier to see that the company has always put customers' service first. Roche's main customers are healthcare institutions and laboratories. Roche also considers the needs of these two main customer groups. I found the four service solutions on the official website: Roche Dialogue, Technological Service, Optimal LS, and Roche Healthcare Constructions. In addition, at Roche Dialogues, customers can find the resources they are looking for directly through the database provided by Roche, and the person is available 24 hours a day to answer their questions. In addition, Roche has a detective research team to provide a more personalized service to meet customer needs. I tend to believe that Roche is a great believer in the power of data sharing and decentralization to empower employees. For a global healthcare company that helps patients, Roche needs to apply advanced analytics to real-time data to deliver more targeted medicines and personalized treatments. That's why Roche decided to create an online data storage platform to meet the different data needs of other departments. Roche marginalized its entire internal data and analyzed solution to the Snowflake data cloud to make it easier for researcher teams to view data. I think Roche Snowflake data cloud is a kind of a way to recognize and trust its employees' capabilities and improve their productivities. And there are also many ways to apply for a job at Roche. People can find their preferred positions through Roche's job search and then create a profile on the website to submit their resumes. Or they can also submit their applications through Indeed, LinkedIn, or Facebook profile. In addition, Roche also provides job opportunities for new graduates and offers them professional training. In my opinion, Roche's application critical are also obvious. Roche gives preference to the students or the people with relevant work experience or medical graduates. Competency has always been a measure of a person's value, and Roche also values the competency of candidates. In addition to this, Roche also provides its employees with a rich training resource. It's called Empower Learning. Employees can browse the e-learning content on the website and access to a library of general IVD e-learning programs, lectures, and other contents. In addition to Empower Learning, Roche also offers a student program of graduating students interested in the healthcare field who can choose to gain relevant experience at Roche through an internship, or they can also choose to work at Roche for 2 or 3 years through rational program. Well, I tend to believe that the servant leadership is undeniable in Roche because Roche has always been a company dedicated to solving patients' problems. Moreover, in the analysis of empowerment, we can easily find out that the Roche Group is happy to share valuable research data and resources to its employees and researchers. This is a way of sharing responsibilities and authentics is the main function of servant leadership. In addition, after learning about Roche's student program, I found that the Roche encourages students to come to the company to learn about the company and gain experience. Roche also offers students the opportunity to work with experts or innovation medical solutions. In addition, students can work with a team for experts within the company by coming to Roche to study. I tend to believe that this is really a good way for Roche to help students learn relevant knowledge and positively impact their future. In my opinion, Roche's approach to lead positive changes is also a reflection of servant leadership. Okay, I didn't find any benchmark on Watch customer service, but I believe that they are very considerate and thoughtful in their customer service. Finally, I compared the data on Glassdoor of Johnson & Johnson, a similar company to Roche, and it's easier to see that the overall rating score are pretty similar. However, more employees at Roche approved the CEO. So I tend to believe that maybe Roche's CEO is more welcome to their employees. Thank you. That's all for my presentation.
Greetings. My part of the presentation reviews our group evaluation and recommendations of our group project, Roche. To begin with, Roche has demonstrated matured and well-developed service culture. According to Roche's culture introduction page, they have made claims and explanations of dedicating to improve the organization in terms of collaborative work environments, diversity, welfare, and human rights. According to our LDRS 300 PPT number 7, building a service culture requires changes. According to Roche's cultural introduction page, they are constantly making changes that includes action plans such as avoiding the waste of landfill caused by their products and making sure that human rights are served when meds are applied, namely making sure that the necessary tests and measurements are ensured before a product has been distributed into the market and service use. Thus, they do live up to their claims of servicing their customer and employees, because publishing such service cultures of their illustrated that they are willing to take law responsibilities of setting such words, that they accept the supervising of their customers and employees. And the fact that they illustrated their determinations of establishing their service culture has revealed that they are in fact servant leaders because they are willing to serve and have the willingness to take the responsibility and risks to serve as a servant leader. In addition, they have also invented many medicines such as gantrism that helped curing illness worldwide, which also indicated that they have indeed servant leaders who take actions and effort to serve their people, which is customers and employees. Next page. So this page concludes the contents that I just introduced, and we will actually go on next page for the next part, which is deficiency and suggestions from our group. According to our findings during step number 3 and 4, we discovered that Roche has done fascinating jobs on developing their service culture in most parts. However, there is one particular deficiency that they have made effort to correct, but still fail to completely overcome because of their scale of their company, which is their waste of landfill, actually. As a worldwide medicine company, Roche has a massive amount of plastic bottles produced every year, which is a majority for the sake of their saving of the cost, since plastic bottles are still one of the cheapest ways to pack the product. However, we believe that Roche is quote-unquote edging God out in terms of ego because they pursue the scale of their organization. In specific, Roche has produced many new products and increased the scales of their productivity in rapid speed. This demonstrated their goal of pursuing larger scale of a company, but they have been sort of blinded by the need of growth, because such growth indicated that more landfill will be wasted, and this will cause the bigger environment pollution, despite the fact they're making their efforts of controlling it. The numbers are fixed at the end of the day, and which contradicts their claiming in the sustainability, since they only continuously striving to increase waste diversion instead of having their plans completed. Our suggestion is that they could pay more attention and accomplish the more of the planned plans to their landfill problem instead of having their development as first priority. Because at the end of the day, money is a creation by God, and I believe they have to take care of a land which is more, I believe it's more prior to God's creation. And this concludes my part, and the rest are references, and thank you.
Hello, this is Jace, and my part is doing field research about the road companies. And I'll mainly focus on the customer service and carry out the service elements of assessment, and also how does the customer service cultivate in with these organizations. So, what is customer service? Customer service is the envisions in the company's principles of governance and policies and certain on creating sustainable qualities and values. And the management has installed good cultures in cooperative governance and transparencies in communication. So Roche also does continued research in the field in finding new drugs and to along elegant with the patient's lives. So also it holds organizational ambitions of transforming the health industries, the commitment to society's environmental protections, and its philanthropies. So Roche company has installed a confidence in its customer by offering qualities, a sustainable product and service in the medical field. And having a rich line of products and partnerings or in cooperative with the entrepreneurs and the pioneers organizations has made it a scope while thus the increased customer bases. They have a huge customer basis. The customer keeps coming back because of their Roche's diversified products and his service and this service. So everything is diversified online, and what is the on the ground is the same. So on the marketing phrase online showing that Roche does a product and offerings what the customer wants, what they need in the futures, in the words of doing now what patients need next. That's I quoted. And this is the part that implied that they are innovative and supplying what the customers and where by making it known and needed. And also there's a quoted. So especially in China, the relationship has been a long term, and the company's commitment of fulfilling its goals stand out. Roche's management has modeled the service cultures by focusing on the producing the new drugs on with no harmful to the patients and the environment. So it encouraged its employees to be innovative through its cutting the edge technological resources and the science that improve a patient's health. So the organizations offer a good trainings on the talent personnel has enough talented human resources. So it is the evidence that's where the company's scientist has won the or noticed as a Nobel Prize 3 times. That's a huge accomplishment. So they have a competitive edge over the others. So the Roche companies measured its customers' service through returning and profits made. It is the best measure because the customer is the core source of one of the business, and it's the lines. The long-term relationships with China provide a customer retentions, and it is a continued investment. So in Chinese government showing to measure the success. In the other term, the royal customers and the related China's are cultivated through the long-term partnerships with the government of Chinese government, yes. And the companies assure that quality products and service delivers that is the first class and at the top of the product qualities in China as well. And here is the reference. Thank you.